next paper is usually, so when you take maths, you know you have part 1 and part 2. Okay. Again in part 1 it is divided as A and B. In part 2 also again A and B. Part 1 you must do questions. There is no selected questions you can choose as your per interest. But part 2 you can prepare, and whatever the units you are very good at you can choose. So you know out of 200, part 1 you will get 100 marks, part 2 you will get 100 marks, and then they will divide by 2 and give the final marks. Okay. A part is usually easy because it will first 15 questions are very easy. Everything is from basics. Okay. So and part B, when it's come to part B, now this is important because you must do all 5 questions. Okay. Definitely there will be a fraction related question there will be. Definitely you can see. Then you will be able to see area plus perimeter. You will definitely get a question. Okay. The rest of the questions they can change. Most of the time they give probability. Okay. So that way they change the questions. But fraction, area plus perimeter together as a question you will definitely get. I mean fraction you will get one question, one whole part, and then area plus perimeter definitely you will get another question. Did you understand this part? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Then in paper 1, fractions area, sometimes they can give you data representation. Okay, these questions has a high probability and probability. Fifth question, sometimes it can be a share market related thing, a percentage or probability. It depends. I'm telling it can vary. Okay, this you know it is out of 25 questions now. You will get around 25 questions in part 1A. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna score 50 out of 200 for the part A. And then part B in part 1, you're gonna score 50 out of 200. Again, when it's come to part 2, you know we have part A and part B. Okay, so you will get all together 6 questions. Out of 6 questions, you must select 5 questions. Okay, so you have to do 5 out of 6. And again in part B also, you have to select 5 out of 6. Did you understand that? So which means again you will get 50 marks for this out of 200, and for part B you're going to get 50 out of 200. So usually in part 2, A part, definitely you will get questions related to simultaneous equation. Okay. Simultaneous equation. And then quadratic equations you can get. Graph question definitely you can see. And then you will be able to see volume question. Graph, percentages, frequency distribution, volume. Okay, now among this, let's say Amna can do graphs very well. So she's going to select graph. Let's say Sumaya can do simultaneous equation better than another unit. So she will be selecting that. So it's up to you, but definitely you must do 5. There is no any other option. Okay. And then here you have constructions. You will get geometry. Geometry means proving part. You will have 2 questions most probably. Okay. And you will definitely have progression. Progression means there are 2 lessons. You have something called arithmetic progression and geometric progression. Arithmetic is in grade 10, geometric progression is in grade 11. So if you know both the lessons, it's one of the easiest question to target. Then you have set. Then you have trigonometry. Trigonometry. So altogether you have 6 questions. Here geometry part 1 and part 2. So out of this you're going to select 5 questions. Let's say Sumaya is very good at progression, so she's going to do progression, set, trigonometry, geometry is selecting one, construction. Okay, so this is the overall paper. So if you are very good at all these lessons, definitely you can get a good result, A plus or A or B. For that, you must know the basics. In maths, without basics, you can't do. So before joining the session, you must text me personally and tell how good you are at maths. So I know how good you are, right? So you might not know very basic parts. Let's say, miss, I don't know fractions properly. So if you tell me I will be doing those revision. Got it? And remember, just knowing the grade 11 theory, you can't finish. Usually when you take fraction, in grade 10 you have, where the basics are continued from grade 9. Then grade 10 you have problem solving related questions. Again, you have algebraic fractions in grade 10 level. So you must know all 3 in case if they ask. Area perimeter is grade 10. You don't have it in grade 11. Data representation when you take, you have it in grade 10 and you have it in grade 11 as well. Probabilities. Again, you have in grade 10 and 11. Share market, you have it in grade 11 part 2 book. Simultaneous equation, grade 10, 11 both. Again, basics are from grade 9. Quadratic equation is also the same. Equation lesson starts from your grade 10, very basic one. Under that only you study about simultaneous equation. But then for quadratic equation separately, you have a unit in grade 11. Graph, again you have altogether 4 units. Okay. Yes. Okay. In grade 10 and also 11, grade 11 will be the very longest one. Again, the basics from your grade 9 will be followed in grade 10. Percentages lessons when you take, it is also one of the easiest chapter. If you know the method how to do problem solving questions, then any questions related to percentages can be done. Again, it is in grade 10 as well as 11. Frequency distribution, it is in grade 11 and also in grade 10. Okay, grade 11 lesson will be the longest one, and in grade 10 also have, again it's one of the easiest lessons. When you take volume, again you find it in grade 10 as well as in 11. Okay, so these lessons you must do grade 10 as well as 11. And then when it's come to constructions, if you have practiced all the topics from your book, grade 10 and 11, it will be easy. Constructions now you don't think I might skip because of it's an online class. No, we will be doing it in the class. I will be guiding you and showing it in the board how to do things. It will be like an interactive class where you have to draw the diagram on the spot and show me. Then only I will be correcting your mistake. Geometry and geometry 2. So usually geometry, we will have a very small separate book where all the proving lessons, the theories we will be noting down in that small book. Okay, because then you know all the theory related to it. You will have it in one small notebook. Progression, you must know arithmetic and geometric. Okay, there are around only altogether 5 equations. Okay, so if you know, just knowing the equations also not enough, right? So they are to use which equation, how to find it, if it's arithmetic or geometric. All that will be taught. When it's come to sets, again, grade 10 we have the very basics one, and followed by grade 11 a bit advanced. Then trigonometry, final. So you have it in grade 11. So this is the overall
Excuse me,
overall paper. Okay, but dear, I didn't
please.
get. Yes.
What about the scale diagram?
Scale diagram they can ask you with trigonometry. Okay, got it? Usually they will attach with the trigonometry and ask. So scale diagrams you have it in grade 10. Okay. So I am not telling I am going to teach only these lessons. We gonna do the entire syllabus, right? So we are starting from grade 11, the from first chapter, right? I'm telling this will be the overall one. Now, if you ask me, I'm gonna study only this and attend the paper. No, you will be get caught here. 25 questions. They can ask you entirely from grade 9, 10, 11, anything. Grade 9 means it will be very basic. So grade 10, 11, they can ask you anything. Okay, so you must be prepared to answer this. So there you have binomial expressions, trinomial expressions, how to find factors, how to convert measurements, standard units. So all those will be checked here. So knowing these lessons are not enough, right? So you must know 2 marks each. Where solid 25 marks here, 25 marks here. Got it? So usually what happens is everyone do the part 1 very good. Okay, and especially the part A because very basics and easy questions. Then they get stuck here. So always try to do the whole question. Okay. Do you all want to copy down this? Can you all copy down if you all want? I think it's better if you all write it neatly. Okay. So every lesson when we are doing, just mark it. Have this in your notebook. So in case if you are joining, once we have discussed the fractions, you can put a tick. Area perimeter, you can gonna put a tick. Okay. So can you copy down this first? Do you all have past papers with you?
Mr. Overall past paper.
Yes, oval past papers. That is what you will need. You all have, I think, you all must have. Amna, if you don't have, you must have because past papers are very much important. So usually how we will be doing once we start theory is, let's say I'm starting a new lesson today. Example, we are doing completely perimeter. So at the end of the day, you will get a paper related to perimeter. You must complete it. Okay. So and every month you will have an exam apart from that. You must do that as to practice time management. Time management is important in maths. Usually they say if you have heard paper was good, but I didn't have enough time. You might have heard these reasons. Okay. So time management is also important. You must practice. Okay.
Miss, what do you mean by geometry 1 and 2?
You will have a question, geometric question. There will be two questions in geometry, proving parts. Got it? Okay. Have you all done?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. So let's do some revision. So which might help you all to answer questions from these lessons. Okay. So shall we start from area and perimeter? Shall we complete both the lessons today? Can you all remember area, perimeter? Are you good at it? Just let me. Are you all very good at it? Area and perimeter.
Miss, it's fine, but I do careless mistakes.
Okay. What about? I think Sumaya, the one who spoke now. What about Amna? Okay. Write down the topic perimeter. So this is from again grade 10. You don't need your textbook. Just write down everything I give you. Now, what is perimeter? Yes. What is perimeter? Perimeter means, when we have a closed figure, we will be adding all the edges, the length of the edges of a closed figure. So let's start from basic shapes. Rectangle. In a rectangle, opposite sides are equal. Let's take this as A and B, the length and the breadth. So how do you add it? You have length twice and the breadth twice. So 2, I just can multiply by length and breadth. If not, A plus B plus A plus B. That's also going to give you 2A, 2A plus 2B. This is what you will get. 2 into A is 2A, 2 into B is 2B. Okay, anything. But somehow this will be your answer. Then you have square. What can you tell? Four sides are usually equal. So let's take per side as x. So x plus x gives you 4x. Okay, or 4 multiplied by x. Then rectangle. We have different types. Sorry, triangle. We have 3 types of triangle, right? One, all 3 sides are equal. Then the next one, 2 sides are equal. The next one is all 3 sides are unequal. Okay, so I'm taking A, B, C. So whatever it is, you have to definitely add all 3 sides. Then finally, the important one and the main part of this lesson is a circle. Circle means it's a round shape. Exactly, it should be a round. The midpoint, we call it as center. From center, if a line drawn to the any point of the circle, we call that as radius. Usually, we indicate that by simple r. So in grade 9, you have studied that how to find the, now in this perimeter means what? Definition of perimeter is we are adding all the sides. In this, it's a curved part. R. So how to find this? There's an equation 2 pi r. 2 always will be there, pi also always will be there. R, it can change according to the length they have given. If they given it as 7 centimeters, you're gonna represent, substitute it with 7 centimeters. And then remember, pi value is a constant, 22 over 7. Okay, if not, they will give you the fraction, the decimal point value also. They will indicate. Take pi value as 22 over 7. O as 3.14, O as 3. They will give in the paper. So in this lesson, we are going to consider as 22 over 7. This is the basic perimeter. These are the basic shapes. Okay. And what you must remember is, in composite figures means what? When two closed figures combine together, we call it as composite figure. So let's say you have a rectangle. In that, they have joined the triangle. So let's say this has 2 centimeters and this has 4 centimeters. Okay, and then three centimeters. If they ask you to find the perimeter, what are you gonna do? Will you add 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 4 and then both the three? Yes or no? I will write here. Just tell me which answer is correct. What's the correct answer? First one or second one? Yes, both of you all can you all answer me? Sumaya, which one is the correct one? First one or
Second
second?
one.
Second one. What about Amna?
Second.
Second one. Always remember this is not area. Perimeter, you will add only the edges like this. You don't consider this one. Okay. There you can do a mistake. Be careful. Okay. Once you have written these basics, just let me know. We will move into the next part. Okay, I hope both of you all have that. What about Amna, right? Done?
Yes.
Okay, let's get into next part. Now, when it's a whole circle, it's easy, right? We just have to use this 2 pi r. If we know the radius, we can do. And just before going into the next part, just tell me what is the angle of a whole circle when it's come to a circle? What is the angle here?
Yes.
Remember, it is 360. If it's a half of a circle, you know we call it as a semicircle. What is the angle?
108.
180 degrees. So, but then let's say you know, right? If it's a portion of a circle, we call these type of, let's say something like this. We call them as sectors. Sectors of circle. Sectors of circle means a part of a circle. So how to find perimeter related to this only we are going to study. Always remember, if a whole circle is 360 degrees, even this is a sector only, half of the circle, which we call it as a semicircle. If that is 180 degrees, you know these sectors of a circle also, they have a particular angle. Definitely, it will be lesser than 360 degrees because from a whole circle, we are just taking a part of it. Let's say like this. So they will have an angle which is less than 360 degrees. Did you understand that? Now look here. Let's say, now this is a circle. You know this is the center point. Let's say I'm taking a part like this. What can you tell about this? What do you call these 2 points as, 2 lengths as?
Red.
Radius. So what you must know is, when it's come to sector of a circle, you know that now you have a particular angle which will be less than 360 degrees. And remember, both of them will be equal. What is the reason? Because it is radius. So they will give you the radius. But then again, you have a small problem here. You don't know this curve part's length. Usually, if it's a triangle, it will be like this straight line. They will give you the value and tell you to find the perimeter. But then it is not a triangle. Okay? It is not a triangle. You call this curve part of a sector as arc length. Now, if you want to find the perimeter, okay, common sense, right? What would you tell me? What are the 3 things you're gonna add, Sumaya? Amna? You will add both the radius, yes? And do you have to add the arc length? Yes,
Yes,
or no?
miss.
Yes. For that, first you must know how to find the arc length. Again, you have an equation. So arc length is equal to theta. Theta means the relevant angle they have given here. Over, you know, a whole circle angle is 360 degrees. That you will be multiplying with 2 pi r, where pi value will be 22 over 7. Now, if you find the arc length, can you find the perimeter of a circle? Yes. How to find perimeter? You have to add the radius. Again, you have another radius. Then the arc length. What is the arc length equation? Theta over 360 into 2 pi r. You know r plus r gives you 2r plus theta over 360 into 2 pi r. This will be the perimeter equation. So if you know both the equations, then this lesson is again over. I'll be doing some sums to explain you how to do these questions. But did you understand the equation? This arc length is to find this curve part of this sector. If you know this curve part, let's say example, once we have done a sum, it is 7 centimeters. Okay, all 11 centimeters, let's take that 11 centimeters. I'm telling the radius is 7 centimeters. If I ask you to find the perimeter, what will you do? 7 centimeters, you will add with 7 centimeters, then arc length we got it as 11 centimeters. You will add all 3 and write the answer. Okay, did you understand that? Did you understand both the equations? Do I have to repeat? Anna, do you have any doubts?
No, Miss, I understand.
Okay. Then write down.
Miss, do you usually keep class for 1 hour only?
No. Usually the class is not 1 hour, it is 2 hours here. This is just a trial class, right? Got it?
Yeah, Miss. Miss, done.
Okay. Done. Both of y'all. I hope both of y'all have done a basic. Then let's do a basic sum and then again we can move into how they can ask possibilities of asking a question. So now let's say they have given us a question to find the perimeter. Okay, let's say they have given a sector. Now these types of very basic questions they can ask you in first 25 questions. Usually essay questions you will get around 5 sub questions, right? They'll give you a diagram or a paragraph and they will tell you to find the answer. Let's say this is 120 degrees and the radius is 21 centimeters. How to find the perimeter? If you want to find the perimeter, definitely you know you must find the arc length. Perimeter. Okay, for that you need the arc length. You know the radius, arc length you don't know. So let's start from that. Arc length. What is the equation for arc length? We just studied theta over 360 into 2 pi r. Theta value is 120 degrees over 360 into 2. Pi value always 22 over 7. Radius is 21 centimeters. Tell me, how can we simplify? Now, as you all are in grade 11, I are going to multiply, then divide and do no. 0, 0 cut off. You know 12 can be divided by 12. You will get 1 as your answer. In 36, you have 12 thrice. So below you will have 3. 2 into 22 is 44. 7 and 21 you can simplify. In 21 you have 7 thrice. So you will get 3 here. And again the 3 and 3 will be cut off. So what can you tell about the arc length? You know when everything is cut off, only 44 and 1 remaining. 44 into 1 is 44 centimeters. Now you know arc length. How can we find perimeter? Perimeter is equal to 2r plus arc length. What is r value? They have given 21 centimeters. What is the arc length? 44 centimeters. 2 if you multiply with 21, you will get 42 plus 44. So altogether you will have your answer as 86 centimeters. Did you understand how to find perimeter? Did you understand? Okay, I hope you understood the simplification as well. So what you should know is, now I told you, right, in first 25 questions they can ask you. So there are three types. Type 1 is, they will give you the radius, they will give you the angle as well, and they will tell you to find the perimeter. Okay, I'm circling perimeter because they are going to ask for perimeter. Then there is type 2. Okay, they can give you the angle, they can give you the perimeter, and they can ask you the radius. That is the type 2. You have to use the same equation, but only the subjecting will be different. Then type 3. They can give you the perimeter, they can also give you the radius, and they can ask about the angle. These are the three types of questions they can ask you in first 25. Okay. Possibility of question. Can you write the whole part and let me know?
Excuse me, miss.
Yes. Do you have any doubts here?
Now to find the perimeter, we should write the equation 2r plus arc length.
Perimeter. For perimeter.
Yeah, for perimeter.
Yeah. 2 radius, because you have 2 radius, and then arc length.
Then
So
no 2 pi r, right?
no.
2 pi.
No, because this is for a sector, no, darling. If it was a whole circle only, we will be using 2 pi r. Got it? This is a sector, right? So you have to add both the radius and you have to find the arc length and find the arc. You will be writing the arc length and add it. Got it? If it's a whole circle, there is no anything called 2r arc length anything. You directly use 2 pi r and find it. Let's say this is 7 centimeters. So 2 into 22/7 into 7 centimeters. 7 will be cut off. 2 into 22 is 44. Got it?
Yes.
Okay, Miss.
Okay. I hope both of you all have done. Is that so? Okay. Let's move into a question, another question. Let's say they have given us a rectangular portion. Inside that, there are two semicircles. Okay. So let's say they are cutting off this semicircle portions from the rectangle. If they ask you to find the remaining, hold on. Okay, if they ask you to find the remaining perimeter, how are we going to find only? I'm going to explain it. Okay. So let's say the length 20 meters and the breadth is 14 meters. You must be careful here. Most of the time, the mistakes you all do is, now first tell me what are we should find the perimeter of this diagram. If I cut off both the semicircle, the remaining portion will have a shape like this. You know 20 meters, no issues, you can add. Again, here you have 20 meters. But do you know the length of this? Do you know? No, right. Then what are you supposed to find? You must find the arc length of this semicircle. If you find for one, you know it will be equal. What is the reason? Because you can see 14 meters are equal. Another thing is, if you arc length, it is easy to find. But the common mistake definitely you all will be doing is, now you know arc length equation is theta over 360 into 2 pi r. Here they are telling about the radius, right? Now this is a semicircle. The whole part is 14 meters. You will take the radius as 14 meters. If you take the radius as 14 meters, then your whole question is gonna be wrong. Usually in essay type questions, they will give you a diagram. They will tell this is a garden or a football court or something like that, and they will ask you that ball court. If one question goes wrong, because every connection interconnects with each other. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, let's say 4. Most probably we have 4 questions. So if your first question is wrong, there is a high possibility where you're gonna lose marks for the rest of the question. So when you usually get a diagram, what you have to check is, are they talking about the diameter or the radius? Especially in a semicircle only, you will be doing the mistake. Because when it's usually a sector, if it's around 1/4 of a portion or 1/8 of a portion, usually you will have radius. If they give it as 14 meters, no issues. Directly you're gonna consider as radius. But then here they are talking about a semicircle. Tell me, is it a radius or a diameter, Sumaya?
It's diameter.
It's a diameter. So remember, diameter consists how many radius? Anyone? How many radius diameter is equal to? 2 radius. Because center point to here 1 radius, again here another radius. So one diameter is equal to 2 radius. Therefore, if diameter is equal to 14 meters, what can you tell about the radius?
7.
You have to divide it by 2. So radius will be 7 meters. Now, shall we find the arc length? You know, theta over 360 into 2 pi r. We have found the radius. Theta value is 180 over 360 to 22 over 7. Radius is 7. Let's cut off 7, 7, done. And 18 divided by 18 is 1. In third, yes.
Why theta is 108?
Semicircle, no darling. If it's a whole circle, 360 degrees, half of a circle is 180 degrees. Okay, another one, you might, now some of you all, once you see, I kept telling semicircle, but then that 180 degree didn't click for you all, right? Got it? So most of the time, when they use semicircle, they won't give the angle. So you should know semicircle. Semicircle's angle is equal to 180. Okay, another point you must know is, if they give you 1/4 of a portion, a diagram like this, they will use this 90 degrees mark. So you must know definitely in this instant also they are not going to tell you it is 90 degrees. So you should know it is 90 degrees. So write somewhere these points. So let's get back to simplification. 0, 0 cut off. 18 divided by 18 is 1. In 36 we have twice. 2 into 22, right? I'm going to cut off this 2 and 2. Therefore, our arc length will be 22 centimeters. Where this portion's value is 22 centimeters, and here also the arc length will be 22 centimeters. Now, can we find the perimeter? Yes.
We can take those two semicircles and take as one circle and find out the answer, right?
Don't do that. Don't do that. They have given it as semicircle, right? So you have to use the semicircle's equation and only do. Got it? If they have to find, if they want you to test in a whole circles theory, they will make it a circle and tell you to find the. They didn't tell you that. They want to check for if you have the knowledge for the arc length knowledge. Do you understand related to arc length? They will check that. Got it? Did you
Yes,
understand?
then find out one side of it. We can do the next part, right?
Yeah,
It's
that
equal
is,
to this and
yes. As long as your radius is equal, there will be no issues. You're gonna consider as equal. Got it? So if it's rectangle or a square, definitely the radius diameter will be equal. I hope you got it. Shall we move into perimeter? How are we gonna find the perimeter? We're gonna add everything. 20 meters, 22 meters. Make sure you consider the units properly. 22 meters plus 20 meters plus 22. You will have 40 meters plus 44 meters. 84 meters will be your perimeter. Did you understand how they can ask you questions? There are still advanced questions that we will be discussing in past paper session. Okay. If you all can start copying. Whatever you all want, you all can copy. It's better if you all put a note and write down semicircle with 180 degrees, 90 degrees, how the diagram will look like, and how in what is the diameter, all those things, write it as a note with a red pen or something, and do the simplification separate.
Miss, can we directly put the fraction if there is a semicircle like half without putting a theta over 360 and all?
No
Like
issues.
1
But
over
show the equation and directly write it as half. No issues. Because sometimes in marking scheme paper, what they do is they give half marks for equation. There are instances like that. So directly when you go to answer, sometimes there's a probability of you losing 1 mark for that. Got it? In maths, whatever the equation you know, always go with the equation. Sometimes it will be very simple. I know these things are very simple. Now directly we can put it as half. This part is we don't have to. But then when it's come to essay questions, they give you marks. But for first 25 questions, you get only 2 marks, right? And you have very little space. For those things, no issues. You can directly put half and find the answer. But essay question, make sure you
Like
write down everything.
Like I asked, without putting 180 over 360, we can
360, you
directly
can
put
put
half,
half.
right?
You can put
In
directly
second
half.
part.
Yes, you can. Okay, both of you are done. Okay, let's move into area. You can write down the topic as area. So this is what you must know from what area perimeter lesson. Now area again in grade 10 lesson 6 unit, it's different. What do you know about area? Are you gonna add the edges in that? Yes or no? Area means the amount which it occupies the space only, we call it as area. Okay, we don't just add the edges, we multiply the edges. Let's see how. Let's start from the basic shapes. Rectangle. Okay. So what you have to do, we multiply the length and breadth. So area will be equal to length into breadth. When it's come to a square, you know all 4 sides are equal. Area will be equal to a square because a into a. When it's come to a triangle, you know we call this as base and we have a perpendicular height h. So what is the area for a triangle? Half into base into height. Did you understand? Got it? Can you move into parallelogram? Parallelogram means you know opposite sides will be parallel to each other. Okay, so let's take this as the base and the altitude, which means the height h. So area will be equal to a into h. You can write down these things. Then we have trapezium. How to find trapeziums? Area. You know, we have just one parallel line. Let's say this is A and B, but they both won't be equal, different. And then we have a perpendicular height, which is h. So what you have to do is, in order to find the area, half into, you have to add the parallel line, sum of the length of the parallel lines, A plus B, and you multiply with h, the perpendicular height. Finally, you have the circle. You know, center to the any point drawn on the circle, we call it as radius. So, area of a whole circle is pi r square. You can copy down all these things.
Miss, done.
Okay. Shall we move into sectors?
Okay.
Okay. Again, you all now familiar with sectors, right? So sectors means part of a circle. So area it's easy because you don't have anything called arc length to find it because we are not finding for the edges, right? We are just finding how much space does it occupy for space. So let's say this is theta. I'm taking this as radius. So area of a sector equation is theta over 360 into pi r squared. For one whole circle, if it's pi r squared, what is the value for a sector? This is the meaning of this equation. Okay, you can note down that. And I'll show you an example. Let's say you have a sector 45 degrees, 14 centimeters as your radius. How to find the area here now? Area will be equal to theta over 360 into pi r squared. What is theta value? 45 degrees over 360. Pi value is 22 over 7. R squared means know that you multiply R by twice. Again base. So 14 into 4. Shall we simplify? 45 divided by 45 is 1. In 360, how many times do we find 45? Yes? 8 times.
8.
14 and 7 you can simplify. 14 divided by 7 is 2. Again, 2 and 8 you can divide. You will get 1 over 4 here. 22 into 14. 14, again you can divide by both sides by 2. 1 over 2 into 22 into 7. Wait, I'll adjust my camera. Okay, I hope you can see now. 7. Again, 22 and 2 you can divide, right? 22 divided by 2 is 11. Now finally multiply. 11 into 7, 7 is 77 square centimeters. Remember students, for perimeter, the unit will be always, for perimeter, either it will be, if they give it given as centimeters, then centimeters or meters. But then for area, you will have square centimeters, meters, square meters. Okay. So if you didn't write the unit, if not, sometimes you can forget the unit, they can cut marks. They can definitely cut half marks for unit. Always in maths, make sure you have a habit. No matter what questions you do, if it's related, if it's involving in units, make sure you write the relevant unit. Okay. Did you understand this example?
Yes, miss.
Okay, y'all can copy. We were able to cover 2 units. So now, as you have done these 2 questions, you can do among 25 questions. If they have asked related questions, you can try those. Then you have scored 2 marks with these 2 units. You have prepared for the OL exam 2 marks in first 25 questions. Sometimes if you have 2 questions, then you have already studied for 4 marks. And then in part 1, in B part, I told you, you will get 1 whole question. So altogether 10 marks in that. Only for that question, 10 marks. Okay, so 10 plus 2, 12 marks. So in today's class, you have studied for 12 marks. You have few more marks to get an S pass. Okay, in case if you can consider from today, I'm telling. Okay, so what you can do is within today or tomorrow, if you have past papers, if you don't have the book, now you know, right? Everything is on internet. You can download the papers, the years you want. So you can answer one whole question. It's okay in the first attempt if you see the answer script as well. Okay, but try your best. As I know, you will be able to do. But in case sometimes in that first 5 questions, last two questions might be difficult for you. It's okay to check. Sometimes when you check the answers, you will understand the question better. Then again after a week, you're gonna try the same questions again. Now let's say you're allocating for max 2 hours. You can do around 8 papers. If you keep 15 minutes, in 1 hour you can do 4 papers. Again, in next hour you can do 4 papers. So that way you can do many papers. Okay, in 1 day I'm telling 8 papers. Okay, so you might have other subjects also to study. So you allocate your plan properly and study. Okay, so you can try one whole question now.
Okay, Mr.
Okay, both of you are done. Both of you have you done? I think Sumya spoke. Or was it
Yeah,
Anna? Okay. So that's all for today, students. So I have already told you how our class will be going on. So if you are willing to join the class, you can contact the management of the Knowledge Institute. Okay. So that's all for today. So if you have any doubts, you can drop me a personal text.